Yeah, this is Point Black, coming in hard and off the guard, coming with the flow straight from the barrio, and coming with the heat to the motherfucking street. This is PBNN Point Black National News, the late edition. You know what I'm saying? We got the facts to crack backs and the heat from the street. You know what I'm saying? This is how we do. You know what I mean? Now we're looking at a situation where we see a lot of things going on, and we have to start to look and put it into perspective. You know what I'm saying? We cannot allow people to do as they please in our government and tell us and dictate to us how we do. So we have to make sure that we understand what it is we're doing. You know what I mean? Now we see a lot of things has been done and set up to be a certain way. Now we have others who have put this into play, and now thinking that everything from the beginning has been washed away, and now it's on a flotation where everybody's now believing the stories that are being told. You know what I'm saying? That's where they wanted to get it to. You know what I mean? That's where they wanted to get it to. Yeah, and as we see, they wanted to believe. You know, but when we look at certain situations, we have to look at it for the better on this one, because there is no proving, and when you give your findings, it is bullied by saying, you know, it's bullied by them saying it's misinformation. You know what I'm saying? And misinformation seems to be this big thing that they're running, you know, as misinformation. How can it be misinformation and everybody else is straight? I mean, where's the trueness to these facts is what we have to understand. Yeah, when they say it's misinformation, they want you to believe it's misinformation based on what they say and not what you say. And now nobody needs to keep hearing misinformation when misinformation to me was done at the beginning when they were doing this. It's all right for them to do misinformation, but not you, which doesn't make much sense to me. You know what I mean? Everything is supposed to be, everybody else is misinformation but them. Now, one of the questions is, how can it be misinformation when you never prove it? You know what I'm saying? You never prove that. You ran a lot of stories about all types of different stuff, where it came from, who it came from, yada, yada, yada. But it was misinformation as well, because you never proved it. So therefore, whatever information that you were given, it was all based on misinformation to begin with. Even Como, you never proved it. It was wrong in this matter. You know what I'm saying? That is the question. You know what I'm saying? When you have a danger around you, or danger that come in based on any type of danger that you may be involved and having to deal with, you know what I'm saying, around you, you know, many will speak on it. They're not just going to let it slide because you said it's misinformation while you saying it's information over here, but you ain't proven anything at all. Como never proved anything. He showed us a whole entourage of garbage, you know what I'm saying, and a whole lot of bodies, but he never proved anything. So how did we know that that's what it was? And it was not misinformation. You see what I'm saying? Just because you showed us body, that's misinformation. You know what I'm saying? You showed us a trick and then said it was this. You know what I'm saying? Then you have others doing the same thing. But when people see danger around them, they're going to speak on it because because they care. They care, you know what I'm saying, about their lives. You know what I'm saying? Not all is right and not all is always wrong. But not all of it can totally be misinformation. But how is it that Anthony Fauci the Weasel flip-flops and he do not get called for misinformation, but it's all right for Anthony Fauci the Weasel, Mr. so-called disease and control expert, but he flip-flopping all across the map. So it doesn't make sense what you're saying based on misinformation at all. What it's saying is that you're saying one thing and doing another. That's misinformation in itself, because you're not proving anything at all. So we have to start looking at this whole situation for what it is. You know what I mean? Many people want to say misinformation, but when you look at misinformation, you know what I'm saying, misinformation can come even from elected officials, because if they're involved in any kind of conspiracy based on anything to do with this whole situation, then it becomes misinformation, because you're not giving the people the rightful information that they may need to make the rightful decision. You know what I'm saying? You know, when anybody flip flops, nobody says anything. You know, he could flip flop 100 times and nobody still says misinformation. But when it comes to you on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else, yours is misinformation no matter what you say. So that tells us there is a Marxist overstanding somewhere in this, that is a plot somewhere. It doesn't have any basic to understand. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get called for misinformation, and he can flip flop all day. You know, he needs to be investigated for misinformation, if you ask me. You know what I mean? And he never proved anything. You keep saying that it come from here and it went to there and yada 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 yada, but you never proved it. And even when you get your findings, you know what I'm saying, you're saying that the people have to do this and the people have to do that, and you're bullying them into doing it. So, where's the proven information is what we're asking for you to say, because the information that you're proving is from the setup. Once that setup is already in play, you know, they want to go down the road and groove you out and groove you in and groove you all around the world with all kinds of information saying this person that and this person don't want to do that. So we know it's something wrong in their findings or in their trickery that they played, and think that could go away. So now we're back to the normal thing where we just forcing everybody to do something because of this and because of that. That doesn't cut water with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you saying it needs to be investigated as misinformation. And like I said, he never proved anything more than what they done to get this to happen in the first place. So let's be honest. You know what I mean? Let's be 100 here. Don't come with that garbage and that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They are continuing to push, but they're pushing only on their facts, which is no facts at all. Because you have to set something in play in order to get something to happen. So how is it only your shit is being done? Where's the tracing? Now, where's the red zone, yellow zone, all these different zones? Now that you got it nice and sweetened in there, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even worrying about that no more. All you're worrying about is the pushing. You know what I'm saying? What happened to that? You know what I'm saying? What happened to that? We ask. You know? Notice we don't have that anymore. You see? So we know somebody's lying somewhere, and they're lying very badly, and it's showing in their bullshit, because shit that they're doing, and they know it. You know, you see? You know, once they got what they want by Como bullshit in New York, you know what I'm saying? Now more tracing. Now they need more tracing to find out where it come from. They're not doing that. You know? Talking about tracing zones. You know what I mean? You know? Tracing zones. But they have done that. So, you know, why are they, you know, testing again? You know? Nobody needs to be tested if you have the vaccine. That's point blank range. You know what I mean? Is the question. And we must find the source. You know what I mean? No mention of that other than healthy is the ones causing, you know, what kind, the healthy one is causing this and causing that. You know what I'm saying? What kind of bullshit is that, I'm asking? We must wake up to some of the facts. You know what I'm saying? We got to wake up to some of the facts. We got to wake up to some facts here, you know, of science here. You know what I'm saying? Now, because the numbers were the numbers where the billions is, that followed foolishly and blindly. This is why we have these numbers coming in. You know what I'm saying? In the fear and confusion caused them to do this. So now you create a scenario where now you can say, okay, look, this is that and this is the third. You know what I'm saying? So we know that there's a lot of foolishness going on. You know what I mean? Same for the 2020 election. You know, a massive confusion again. You know, many voted for this demon clown Democrat bull. You know what I'm saying? Now you are stuck like a duck. You know what I mean? Now you stuck like a duck. And they're not giving up because they want to do this garbage to people. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Next time we need to think before, you know what I'm saying, you accuse and run from the water to the fire. You got to understand that. Stop running and listening to other people, and then you're running right from the cool water right into hot fire. Listen more carefully before and for years. For years. You know what I'm saying? All the demon Democrats did was, you know what I'm saying, accuse Trump of many things that didn't seem very kosher or very sane. You know what I'm saying? So we know there's a trickery here. All they ever do was accuse this man of everything they could find. Meanwhile, driving the people's minds over to the demon Democrat side who brought this garbage upon us. You know, that's a fact. You know, accuse them of everything they could find. You know, why? We ain't saying Trump is the best of everything. What we're saying is, what was the trick in the game between you two? That's the question. You know what I mean? That left only one choice, the demon Democrats. You see what I'm saying? By driving him and accusing him for 4 years, even before he even got elected, when he beat Hillary Clinton out and won the presidency, you were doing the same thing then. And when he was in there for 4 years, you were doing the same thing then. So what are you trying to hide is what we need to find out. What's the game that you're playing? Now, my question is, who was Black Lives Matter voting for? Voting for, you know, it sure wasn't Trump. So who was it? Who was they go? Actually, who was and what was going on, or what was going to give them the true racial equality? You know what I'm saying? So who in them in which they're looking for this racial equality that they're talking about so much? These Black Lives Matter clowns. You know what I'm saying? Equality where? You know what I'm saying? The demon Democrats, and you voted for the demon Democrats, drove the people into that corner, you know what I'm saying, by demonizing Trump. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like I said, he wasn't the greatest of the greatest, but a lot of people, you know, he was doing what he was doing. So some trickery between you two, Trump and the demon Democrats, has been going on with some garbage. You know what I'm saying? Now you expect us to believe that, you know, you expect us to believe that? Really? No, I don't believe it. You know, you were sent to sway the minds of the people, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? You was there to cause some massive confusion and sway the minds of the people into demon Democrat. And to me, you are a fool. You know what I'm saying? The blame lands on you and a nut ass Soros. You know what I'm saying? And he shouldn't even be in our government. How the fuck he get in our government? Same as Henry Kissinger, you know, in our government back with Nixon. How the hell he get in the government? So that tells you that our government is so corrupted and so crooked that it's been doing this shit for a very long, going all the way back to Nixon and all of them. So we have to start looking at things now in a more brighter light. Because I'm still asking, who let these clowns in our government? Every time you turn around, they got a rushing up in there or somebody doing some garbage. You know what I'm saying? And into our government. And do not belong. They do not belong there. You know? They do not belong. They do not belong there. Long there. You know what I'm saying? Outside, they've been there so long You know what I'm saying? They're outsiders. Really, same, same for the blood is in your hand. You have this blood on your hands now. You will pay for your betrayal because the blood is on your hands and it's on your head. Black Lives Matter. You will pay for this betrayal one way or another. You did you didn't care for the people really. You just claimed to think that's why you jumped up and tried to dominate the situation and think that everybody was following behind your nonsense. And you think that you're tricking somebody, but you're never going to trick me. You know what I'm saying? This blood is on your hands and you're going to pay for it one way or another with that garbage you were doing. You did not care for the people. Black Lives Matter must be no more in our political politics and outsiders as well. Same have even said that some have even said that they're resigning soon as the fire was lit. You know what I'm saying? I guess their job was done. So they ran. They ran right out, bolted out of here. You know what I'm saying? They ran back to their country. You know what I'm saying? Same for Ocasio-Cortez with her crazy nut self. She was a cause. She caused wickedness and acting like she cared a flip flopper. She must be removed. She don't need to be in our government. She needs to be removed from our political situation. She's a liar and a crook. You know what I'm saying? We have allowed too many beasts to be in ours. And we got to stop that in our government. We got to get them out of there because this is not happening right. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of garbage going on in our government. Probably never had any right, you know, nor truth, you know, nor truth, you know, true paper to say she should be in our government and elected. She probably was brought over here to do garbage. She probably a Luciferian as well. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no pay to be allowed to be there. You know what I'm saying? How did she get in there? Many of them, we need we need the public to start background checks on these people you are electing, on all lawmakers. We must raise the bar. You know what I'm saying? It's very important that we raise the bar on most of these lawmakers and people that you're electing. Okay, if it's a president, government, whatever. If you're going to elect these people and back these people, you must do background checks on all lawmakers. We must raise the bar on them. You know what I'm saying? While they, you know, bring all kinds of outsiders into our government. And we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Outside have worked this as well. And they was so slick to go unnoticed. But I notice every single one of them as they decide to resign. Well, I'm going to resign, you know, now that this and now. Yeah, after you did your wicked, beastly shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that it went unnoticed. Fake, I hate to say this, fake motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real here. Let's be real here. There's got to be a cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? A cleaning out and a clean it up, get it out. There are no others. There's no other way really. There's no other way. We have been set up by the demon Democrats and Black Lives Matter as well as Como and other people in our government. Other people, you know, people following and not investigating. You know what I'm saying? When we look, the minds of the people have been driven. 95% of the black people voted demon Democrat and cheated Trump. You know what I'm saying? You know, they cheated Trump to do this bullshit. This is what this was all about. You know what I mean? To our country and a depopulation trick. Wow. What's the price for selling your people out? What's the price for selling your people out these days is what I'm asking. What comes around will come around. What goes around will come around. And that's a fact. So it's a matter of time before this thing goes out of True. You know what I'm saying? And what pissing us off is they, you know, is they use the name black. That's the part that pissing you off with Black Lives Matter too. Why would you use our name or our color or our race or how we describe ourselves as black people and use that bullshit and jumped on the scene with a bunch of little dumb stupid kids running in the street looking like banshees? I don't blame some of them towns for arming themselves waiting for you to come through because you was wrecking up the towns. You didn't go to Congress and do what you're supposed to do. You went to little towns driving the chaos all across the scene, you know, and then using the name Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? Yeah, it matter, but it don't matter on that premise on what you did and how you tried to dominate the scene and drove everybody over to the Demon Democrats. Anytime you have 95% of black people voting Demon Democrat, we know what happened. You know what I'm saying? And you got to stop that. If that's the case, start your own party. Why are you jumping from party to party and you're not solving anything at all? So we have to start looking at that. You know what I mean? Coming on.